everybody, it's your girl Kritek, and I'm not keeping this hat on, but in honor of this video's topic, this is why I got it on for a brief moment. Mercury retro babe, you know, divine feminine. Anywho, so my thoughts on Mercury retrograde, right? Especially considering, you know, us being in the age of Aquarius and everything, and Venus moving into Aquarius. So, you know, I am a Venusian. I am a Taurus Sun, Taurus Mercury, and Libra Rising. So I just wanted to give my perspective on the whole Mercury retrograde, you know, nature that we've been used to. How people have been promoting or talking about it thus far. And I feel a lot of people focus on past lovers or exes or friends, you know, people who basically fucked over their opportunity with you. Us awaiting, you know, for these people to come back around. And I feel like, you know, that's a very toxic concept to promote without putting an overemphasis on like revisiting things about yourself. And even if it is revisiting like things with, you know, those people, situations, or relationships, what lessons, you know, were you to take from it? You know, what type of evaluations and, you know, analyzing can you pull from those experiences to apply to your current self, you know, or your higher self? So that's my whole thing with Mercury retrograde. I feel like it's very misleading to always emphasize, oh, it's Mercury retrograde, motherfuckers coming back around, da 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 da. And you know, a lot of people be anticipating for these people to come around, and you know, I just feel like you're giving your power over to individuals who, you know, when given the opportunity, they didn't. You get what I'm saying? And it's like you have to be mindful about that, especially with it like being well known now among a lot of people, the whole concept that's out there about Mercury retrograde, with the focus, you know, on people coming back around. Or that person that, you know, maybe you love them, but they fucked you over, and now they're supposed to come around and, you know, act better or have an apology, or they got their shit together, you know. You have to be mindful, too, of spiritual narcissists. You have to be mindful of people who take advantage of a lot of these spiritual concepts that's put out there, who can simply mimic and imitate, you know, those behaviors and concepts or ideologies, you know, that's just swarming around now. You know, it's like I said, it's becoming more known what Mercury retrograde, you know, what's been put out there thus far. So I just wanted to say what came to me regarding Mercury retrograde is like it doesn't always have to be based on a motherfucker coming back in your life who wants shit. Like they want shit, or they want shit at the time. Like, why is it always based on that? And then really look at how you may be setting yourself up for a disaster, or, you know, to be disappointed again, or to be pulled back into, you know, toxic cyclical behaviors just because people have learned, okay, for example, you got your fake ass spiritualist, a narcissist, a sociopath that's blending in with, you know, the conscious community, right? So they got all this scooping information about, you know, how people feel, you know, because the thing about sociopaths and narcissists, they're very observant people. They study people so they can know how to, like, basically charm and, you know, get what they want, or whatever, or put out that the concept or how they want people to perceive them, right? So example, with that being said, this person now knows, okay, well, Mercury retrograde comes around. This is when people, you know, feel like, oh, you know, they expect people to come back. What about the people who are like intentionally fucking you over so they can go and do their dirt, or, you know, continue their karmic behaviors with whomever else, you know, King of Wands energies, you know, stuff like that, you know, a whole, let's just put it out there, you know, incubus, succubus type energies, right? Now that they know that, it's like they await, you know, for that moment, because you've been deceived in the notion of what Mercury retrograde truly means. You get what I'm saying? Like, So now they feel like, okay, this is the open door. I can go and, do this with somebody else. And, for that person, I'll just come back around on Mercury retrograde, right? Because then it won't seem so, suspicious or whatever. They're going to expect, people coming back, me, to come back. You don't want to give somebody that much control over, your emotions, or them feeling like they have power over you. You get what I'm saying? To like be manipulative and manipulate, those energies. You don't want to give people that power. So my thing is, for Mercury retrograde, for example, let's say I'm on YouTube and one of the main tarot readers that I follow is Professional High Priestess, because I feel like the way she uses the divination tool of tarot is the way it's supposed to be used to help people heal, to really get to the bottom of why we're in these, toxic transactions in the first place, right? And for example, Mercury retrograde, because understand, like, the planets affect everything, including technology, right? So a video popping up that maybe she did a year ago, 5 months ago, but whatever that video is just so happened to be a situation that you're currently dealing with, or that's being brought back to your attention by your own soul or your ancestors, whatever the case may be, by the Most High, for you to evaluate, for you to basically solidify the lesson that you learned, in the experience. So that's how I view Mercury retrograde. Basically perfecting things, aspects about yourself, that needs to be revisited. So I just want to emphasize that. I feel like if we're going to emphasize anything, it needs to be about you. It needs to be how you can, continuously become a better version of yourself, checking in with yourself. How about you revisit? You wait on revisits from your soul to yourself. You get what I'm saying? Or revisits of your emotions to yourself. I feel like if we need to be, counting and waiting for anything, it's for those downloads, those, epiphanies, those realizations, those memories, those puzzle pieces, being put together. That's the type of shit, that needs to be, like, emphasized. Not, oh, some motherfucker who didn't appreciate you coming back around. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know if this person is sincere, and them trying to return to you. Like, spiritual warfare is really, like, rampant right now, or judgment season is, like, really in full effect. So you have to, keep all these things in mind whenever you consider Mercury retrograde. Don't get me wrong. Maybe, certain Mercury retrogrades, maybe that was the focus, more so than you focusing on yourself. Individuals, are rehashing things and stuff like that. But times change. Planets are different. They have different aspects about them. This is Aquarius we're talking about. This is Aquarius we're talking about, that individualism. And don't get me wrong, like, Aquarius is still, like, a group, a collective type of person, but at the same time, it's, like, kind of based on you, like, your individual self, like, that unconventional type, movement, being, like, a trendsetter, like, just, the point is, you have to keep in mind, even when we have these Mercury retrogrades, depending on what planets, what zodiac sign, whatever it's in, that's kind of going to shift the energy of what that Mercury retrograde's focus should be. So with that being said, don't get caught up in all these tarot readings, that's stirring up, your emotional. Don't get me wrong. Have some control, though. If you're going to watch it, do that. But it's like you have to, find balance in that. And, you can't put yourself on the back burner, regarding the stuff that you need to revisit about yourself. Like, that should come first. What is about me that, I need to heal, I need to look deeper into. That's what you need to look into first. Because if you heal yourself, if you continue to heal yourself, or you continue to evaluate, what you deserve in relationships, what you give, what you bring to the table, then you can, it's like you can block out these individuals who's trying to come back or whatever, who don't belong in your energy. They don't belong to, they don't deserve to go forward with you. They're not supposed to. They were just there for that lesson. So if anything, spirits, right, because we're spiritual first, if that person is coming back anyhow, is it the person you should be concerned with or focused on, or whatever, whatever pitch or whatever that they're going to give you? Or is it whatever lesson that you had to learn from that individual? That's basically, and it's just because it has a physical face, which is that person popping up. That doesn't mean, that means I'm supposed to get back with this individual or let them back into my emotional space. No, it means, okay, what lesson, what was it, with this individual that I was supposed to learn? That's what you need to be looking more so at, more than, just focusing on the individual themselves. with that being said, I do want to make this video really short and brief, you know, straight to the point. I'm trying to think anything else I want to say. Yeah, personally, me, now, I feel like, you know, it's the rep that Tauruses get about being stubborn and stuff like that. I feel like, you know, there's a good and a bad thing to that. It's like you can be stubborn, you know, for good reasons, for good causes. So with that being said, personally, I no longer give people the opportunity to come the fuck back. Mercury retrograde is very different from me and very more personalized and, you know, focused on me and, you know, just a deepening and understanding and wisdom, you know, and discernment within myself and evaluating my connections, you know, over, you know, whatever is conjured back up in my spirit, you get what I'm saying, or whatever that I'm dealing with at the time. You know, that's how it is for me. With that being said, these motherfuckers don't have my number. I changed my number. They can't come back and double back. No, because I'm not second best. I'm not caught up in that. You're not about to manipulate and you know what I'm saying? You're not about to do that with me. So I'm a little different. Like my perspective with Mercury retrograde is very different. That's why I thought it was necessary for me to share this, because you never know who else is thinking like you, or who else, you know, their spirit guides was kind of, you know, conjuring that type of mindset towards Mercury retrograde within them. But when, you know, all around you, people are kind of, you know, just shifting it to that one focus of waiting on somebody to come back and shit like that, motherfuckers coming back. No, I disagree. I don't totally agree with that. You know, I feel like, you know, it's kind of giving your power away. You know, you need to focus more on yourself with that. So that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, or, you know, they're either blocked or they don't have my number. They don't have the opportunity to fucking come back. That's not what it is for me, especially now, you know, considering, you know, us being in Aquarius. So no, but if anything, deepening your self-worth, your self-esteem, you know, and, you know, all of that shit. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna leave this here, and I love you guys, and I appreciate you for watching my videos. Please do like, comment, subscribe. You know, I'm not really big on you needing to share it. You don't have to share my videos if you don't want to. That's cool. But if you're gonna watch it, at least like it. Leave a comment, feedback, anything, so that, you know, algorithm, someone who really needs to see what I'm talking about, or who's it going to resonate with the most, they get the opportunity to see it. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, and happy responsible, conscious retrograding. I love you guys.